let's get into the news. I say this, but I suck. Let's get into the news. News story number 1. We're going to go a little lighthearted, I guess, sort of. It's interesting, to say the least. 42 people have been attacked in a Japanese city this month. The culprits, Japanese Makaku. I don't know how to speak. I suck at pronunciation. It's a Japan's only indigenous monkey species, whatever it's called. 2 weeks ago, reports emerged that a lone monkey had attacked 10 people in the Japanese city of Yamajuki. I don't know if I said that right. I'm so sorry. One mother told authorities that it broke into her house and attacked her baby. I turned around and saw the monkey that had grabbed her leg. It looked like it was trying to drag her outside, she said. Police said that the same monkey later invaded a kindergarten and scratched a child. Authorities went on high alert as the mayor distributed warning flyers and locals set traps. But then this story got even odder. Japanese authorities acknowledged that it was was likely multiple monkeys attacking people. It's rare to see this many attacks in a short period of time, one official said. The monkeys, which are known for being highly intelligent, have opened windows, screens, and sliding glass doors. Injuries have ranged from scratches to minor bites. Police are now patrolling, setting traps, and using tranquilizer guns. They have also enlisted hunters who have caught their first monkey on Tuesday, and total 42 attacks have been recorded in the past 3 weeks. Despite some success, Japan's monkey rampage rages on. That is a very interesting story. I mean, like, I don't know if I've ever said it on the podcast. I don't trust monkeys to begin with. So if I ever go to parts of Africa, I guess Japan or Asia, and there's monkey around, I don't care. I am not fucking with the monkeys. Monkeys are too impulsive, surprisingly strong and intelligent. I don't want to deal with their shit. I've seen too many videos of people getting attacked by little monkeys, and they're a lot stronger and quicker and smarter than you would ever realize. So I don't want to get caught up in their shit. I will leave them to their own devices. So that's one thing. I guess let's go on some more recent news. Kind of involves climate. Technically, both of these do. One's good, one's negative. Let's do the negative first, and then we'll end with the positive note. So we talked about last week the heat waves and the forest fires and this and that. With the climate crisis, it's making it very divergent in stuff that's going on. So there has been major flooding in eastern Kentucky. So I saw some stuff like 3 days ago. I think they got more. Sadly, I think they got more rain this weekend. So I the last thing I saw was the other day, but I have some information here. So right at this moment, at least with the information they have, at least 25 people have died due to flooding in eastern Kentucky this week, according to the governor. The governor said the death toll may not be known for weeks to come as rescuers search new areas that are currently impassable. Massive floodwaters washed out homes in several counties, leaving residents scrambling to their rooftops to escape. Officials believe thousands have been affected by the storms, and the efforts to rebuild some areas may take years, the governor said Friday. Scientists say the human-caused climate crisis is worsening extreme weather around the globe. Warmer air holds more water, which means more dangerous flooding, according to the UN's Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. So it's like people, it's not necessarily the air, like, It's not necessarily that with global warming or something we're going to lose water. That's not the issue. It means that you're going to have worse droughts. You're going to have worse fires. You're going to have worse floods, worse storms, worse hurricanes, worse tornadoes, more of them. It's not necessarily that it's like, oh, it's going to just get hot. There's causes to the overall weather system, and that's the issue. That's the big issue. And so we're seeing that. Like I said, we went from, like, I don't know if they've dealt with a drought. I know in our area we've dealt with a drought, and then they've gotten hit with ridiculous amounts of water. So it's crazy. So, well, how else are they saying this? Kentucky was one of several states, including Missouri and Arizona, with severe flooding, which I believe that in Missouri. In St. Louis, record-breaking rainfall at the beginning of the week triggered dangerous flash floods and had continues for days and left at least one person dead. As the global temperatures climb, the atmosphere is able to hold more water. Okay, I read that already. That's my bad. Yeah. Rainfall over land has become more intense since the 1980s. According to the UN's... What? Okay. Yeah, since the 1980s, the report authors say human influence is the main driver. Well, okay, yeah, of course. Human-caused fossil fuel emissions have warmed the planet a little more than 1 degree Celsius on average, which more intense warming over land areas. Scientists are increasingly confident in the role that climate crisis plays in extreme weather, and warning of these events will become more intense and more dangerous with every fraction of a degree of warming. So it's ridiculous. Kentucky governor says 15 emergency shelters are active. FEMA is providing water distributing. Yeah, it's been like crazy. Seeing some of the pictures and stuff like that, and how much flooding they got. I mean, I think the other day, I was watching the radar because I was like, oh, well, maybe we'll get some rain. Just kind of watching because we had a chance. And then I looked at the precipitation, and I think one day, right over St. Louis, they got like 5 inches of rain very quickly, like all in that day. So the stuff in Missouri makes sense too. It's been ridiculous. I mean, what was this say? Heavy rains and floodwaters took residents by surprise overnight Wednesday, with some homes completely lost in the waters in less than an hour. More than 9 inches of rain fell in some areas of eastern Kentucky, and more is expected in the coming days. Several organizations are in the affected areas providing assistance. You can donate help by clicking here. Got it. So it's crazy. Just this whole situation and how it's so pivotal. And it's like something like that could happen here too. It's like it doesn't matter where you are. It's like you could go from a drought to floods very quickly, and it's not. It's a sad reality at this point. But I got a good story from it. Unidentified man saves grandmother and her relatives as their home is nearly swallowed by Kentucky floodwaters. So, amid the disaster of flooding in eastern Kentucky, one anonymous man's good deed helped rescue a grandmother and her family trapped inside a water-filled home. Randy Poley was driving to get gas on Thursday morning, and he encountered the floodwaters that left him stranded on a patch of dry land in Whitesburg, Kentucky. A few hours later, he watched from a distance as a man saved an elderly woman and others who were trapped in a house as the water kept rising. Poley told CNN he could hear people yelling across the floodwaters, "Get me help, get help." Paulie called 911, but emergency services were overwhelmed and unresponsive to his call, he said. At 9 a.m., he witnessed someone he described as a hero swimming over to the house and start banging on a door and window. It's a series of dramatic videos taken by police shared on CNN show the rescue. Paulie said it took about 30 minutes from start to finish, but the men entered the home through the window and helped each of the 3 family members leave safely. Wow, that's pretty crazy. Seen with his 98-year-old grandmother as their home flooded in eastern Kentucky. Yeah, that's 98 years old. Wow. That's crazy. That's awesome though. That is amazing. See, there's good. It's just not. It's not always found. There's definitely good in this world and heroes. It's just not always there. Okay, I got one more quick news story, real quick. I said that twice, but Hawaii receives its last shipment of coal before shutting down the last power plant. I mean, that's basically the story. I say that like there's not there's not a whole lot to it. So Hawaii finally received their last coal shipment, and after they go through that, they are switching to renewable energies. And yeah, I mean, the governor said the final shipment is a huge step forward in Hawaii's transition to clean energy. In its time, coal was an important resource for Hawaii, and I'd like to thank the workers who have ran our last remaining coal plant. So they have projects. Here, what all does he say? Quote, renewable energy projects to replace coal are coming online, with more on the way. Even as we face challenges in making this transition, it's the right move for our communities and our planet. Most importantly, it will leave Hawaii a better place for our children and grandchildren. So there are steps being made in other places, which that's really cool. If that's the only coal fire plant in Hawaii and it's getting shut down, that's quite amazing. I know Indiana sadly has several in the southern end of the state and within the surrounding area between West Virginia and Ohio and Kentucky and all these places. I mean, I think Evansville at one point in time had 7 plants within 35 miles, and at one point had dealt with soot and ash ending up on cars and stuff, and the air was that polluted.